Good morning, everybody. This is Drew, your host of Allluvialll Adventures. I want to start this morning by apologizing. I've been a little slack the last couple of weeks. I hadn't produced anything, no content. Been going through one of those changes you go through in life. It's all for the positive. In the past, I had discussed with one of my subscribers, BR549. Shout out to you for always being encouraging. I appreciate you so much. For the last 16 months, I've worked 2 full-time jobs. I worked about 4,400 hours last year. And despite working 6 days a week, I still had time to try to go on a trip, do a little fishing, make some content. Job opportunity came up, some growth in one of the companies I work for. It's going to allow me to work 4 days a week and have a 3-day weekend. It also negated the reason for me to work 2 full-time jobs. So the past couple of weeks I've been trying to adjust to a new schedule. I've been trying to get life arranged around that. Also, it has been Christmas time, which of course Christmas is a blessed time of the year. I hope everybody gets out of the Christmas season what I do. Today is New Year's Day 2026. We're going to start New Year's Day. New outlook on life, new schedule, just everything. So we're going to take advantage of that. Now today we're going to have our traditional black-eyed peas. We're also going to have some collard greens and a wonderful red beans and rice that I'm absolutely going to go over the top with. It's going to have 3 kinds of sausage. It's going to be seasoned up just right. So you guys come along with us while we fix this. We're going to start over here. I've been boiling some neck bones for a couple hours to get them good and tender. We're going to take these out and let them cool. In a little while I will separate all the meat off of those bones when there's not a good chance of me burning my fingers. And this is definitely going in the red beans and rice, and maybe in the black-eyed peas too. But we're going to set this over here and let it cool. Little bones there might be a little hard on your teeth, but we're not going to eat those. So let me get everything laid out, get everything where we can get started cooking, and y'all come along with us, see how this turns out. Alright guys, we're going to cut up some of this smoked hog jowl to add a little more seasoning, flavor to our black-eyed peas. Now any of you cardiologists out there that might happen to be watching this, I know what y'all say. Just every once in a great while, I want my food to taste really good. And so, henceforth, the smoked hog jowl and my black-eyed peas. Now in this little pot here, we use some of the broth from the boiled neck bones, because it's full of wonderful flavor. Now we're just going to let that sit. I'm going to stir it. We're going to let it sit and soak for a little while, just like it is. And eventually we'll turn it on, let it simmer. I'm going to relocate this to the stove. And it's good to go for now. All right. Back to the smoked hog jaw. Just gonna chunk this up. It's more for the flavor than anything else. but it is definitely going in the base for the red beans. All right. Also, onion does not have to be pretty, just needs to taste good. Half a pound of sausage. You can use whatever sausage you prefer. I would prefer to have some wild boar 90% lean sausage, but as the wild boar has not cooperated lately, y'all ever have that in life where things just don't cooperate? Can't blame the wild boar for not cooperating, because they live longer if they don't cooperate. So that is what that is. And last but not least, a couple of brats. Like I said, we're going just as far over the top today with this as we can get. So now we're going to put this on the stove and let it cook. It all sautés down, blends together. We're going to add some other ingredients, and we will see y'all when we do. Alright guys, we're going to add these to the pot now that we've got that started. It looks good to me. We're going to let that simmer together before we add anything else. Alright guys, we've got our collard greens. We're going to put them in this little pot with a chunk of that smoked hog jaw. So that'll season up quite nicely. And we're just going to put this over here and let it simmer too. Man, that smells so good. Okay, it is time to add the rest of our ingredients. Add some chicken broth. Just add your chicken broth until it covers what you have in here. And we want to bring that back to a boil. The chicken broth will greatly add to the flavor of this. To that, we're going to add some little smokies, just because they're good and we like them. To that, Going to add some roasted garlic paste. I guess I got the brand new one. Let me look in the fridge here. Give me a second. They're both brand new. So I'm gonna have to take the time to open one of them anyway. We got just get this out of the produce section. And we're going to bring that back to a boil, and then we'll add our beans. The flavor should be just incredible. The onion, the garlic, the smoked meat, the sausage, the broth. This is definitely not a 5-star or Michelin rated restaurant, however they rate them fancy places, but that will be good. Alright guys, as you can see, the pot has returned to a rolling boil. I'm going to add our red beans. I had a buddy of mine from work, and over the years I've made stuff and took it to work, or even at times this guy in particular, Brian Clift, shout out. I appreciate you being a friend for 30-something years. I love you, brother. I cooked Brian a big pot of gumbo one time, and he took it home and got one bowl of it, and his kids got in it. Next time he checked, the pot was empty. So it must have been good if teenagers ate it. Now we're going to mix this thoroughly. We're going to let it come back to a boil, and then we're going to reduce it down to a simmer and just let it simmer for about 45 minutes. While it's simmering and cooling, these will cool off. I'm going to shred these, get the meat off of them, add it to the red beans, and then we're going to boil our rice. We're going to heat up our greens. We're going to heat up our black-eyed peas. We're going to make a great big, beautiful, delicious pan of cornbread. Great big old pan of cornbread in the cast iron skillet. I'm a Cajun. Man, I love cornbread. It is good with cereal. Just can't beat it. So we're going to have us a wonderful New Year's Day feast. Guys, the red beans have simmered long enough that that's starting to turn that rich red orange color. It's just simmering. We're simmering it with the lid off so it will condense down a little bit. But I'm about to a point I want to conserve my liquid that way when I add the rice. And normally I put my rice in a bowl. I do want to mention at this time I prefer, in a case like this, to use the long grain rice. Whatever brand you prefer is up to you, but the long grain rice seems to hold up better in liquids. Anytime the greens are starting to simmer and flavor up, black-eyed peas starting to do the same thing, a gentle simmer, and blend all those flavors. Our rice is going to boil here in a minute, and we're going to add that smoked neck bone. Man, that just looks so good. It's going to be delicious. Well, guys, I want to take a moment to say I'm going to be a little more generous this year. I'm going to be a little more inspirational. If you've got that spark in there, maybe like an ember in an old fire, it just needs to be fanned just a little bit to ignite back into a flame. Maybe you've got a passion for something. I don't know what that'd be. Cooking, fishing, hiking, going to yard sales, going to auctions, going hunting, just shooting your bow, whatever it is. Please do more of that this year. Do something for yourself. Make this, it's always good. It's good for you. We're going to add our smoked meat to what we've got and let it add its wonderful flavor to the pot. Like I said, I did not cook the rice in this, and I'm not going to add the rice to it. That to me, that is it's a good process, and a lot of people do it. I just don't. I want to keep this where it's got some soup or sauce, so I got some to go on my cornbread. If I put the rice in here, it'll absorb all that. Well, we're just going to cut this off and just let it sit here and simmer. And then we're going to drain our rice and get our cornbread made. Alright guys, while we was filming this, Miss Beth happened to look out the window. I hadn't told y'all, the hawk came to visit. She got to looking, I could tell she was staring at something. She saw the hawk sitting out there. So we're going to include the hawk in the video. The squirrels and chipmunks and baby chickens do not like the hawk. For me, he's just part of the whole program here. Anytime you look out the kitchen window and see him or one of the owls, it's a blessing. So we're going to get our rice drained. Well guys, there it is. Red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, collard greens, and cornbread. It's wonderful that all this stuff goes so good with cornbread. Thank the Lord for that. I want to take the time to thank you guys for joining us on another episode of the channel. I really look forward to this coming year, only working one full-time job instead of two. I'm greatly appreciative of everything that allowed me to do and have. But it's also, I'm greatly appreciative for the time I'm going to have this year to be able to create better content for you guys. I got to keep this short and sweet. It's time to eat. Miss Beth has got to go see her new grandbaby that we had a brand new addition 2 days before Christmas, a granddaughter. So Beth is really excited about that, as she should be. But thank you guys for joining us on our first episode of the channel for 2026. I love you all. I appreciate you guys. We will see you on the next one.